Shahe is our guest today, and man, he's got a lot of information. He's probably a baby boomer like me, and he is full of tech. He has the meta glasses. He's using them. Gave us some great tips in here. He's the broker owner of his Remax out in California, and he's definitely worth listening to see some tips that you can benefit from. So hang in.
Welcome to Real Estate Riches, where Kathy Byrnes empowers realtors to achieve the success they've always dreamed of. Starting her career at 55, Kathy built a thriving business that offers the freedom of time and financial independence. And now she's sharing her journey to help others do the same. Whether new to the industry or looking to level up, this channel is your hub for proven strategies, inspiring stories, and the tools you need to grow your real estate business. Join Kathy each week to explore global opportunities, successful systems, and expert insights to take your career to the next level. Get comfortable, pick a video, and start learning. Your journey to success starts now.
Hey everybody, it's Kathy Byrnes here with Real Estate Riches, and I'm excited to have Shahe on, and I'm going to let him say his last name. It's too much for me. How are you, buddy?
Good, very good. Hi, everybody. This is Shahe H Seuylemezian. I'm with Remax Dream Properties in Pasadena, California.
Great. Well, we were just talking a minute ago about he's got meta glasses, and I just got mine today. Very excited. And so tell me, before we get started, tell us a little bit about your business. You know, are you a solo agent team? How long you been doing it? And a little bit about that.
Sure. The answer to all the questions is yes. I've been doing it for about 25 years.
Okay.
I'm the broker owner of Remax Dream Properties,
Ah,
but I'm an active broker. So I do my own production.
uh-huh.
I have a team, and usually it's majority is residential
Uh-huh.
in Los Angeles County. I've done some commercial, but not a lot.
Gotcha.
I'm concentrated in residential, and
There you go.
this is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But you're the broker owner, so you've got the franchise, right?
Yes.
Yes, sounds great. And are you seeing in your area, what's it like? You know, there's been a lot of transition out of California. Are you seeing that, or are you seeing it in, out?
Both. Both. Its
Both.
demographics is changing.
Hmm.
Affordability has gone down a lot in Los Angeles County. So majority of the newcomers are high income earners, especially in the city where I am in Pasadena.
Hmm.
We have a lot of technology companies.
Mm.
We have a lot of medical field. We have a lot of different fields that have high paying jobs. Those are moving in. But yet, unfortunately, as I mentioned, the affordability is very low.
Yeah, yeah, that's a challenge.
But yet, we have still a supply demand issue. We don't have supply.
Mm.
Supply is very little. The demand is higher. Yes, because of interest rates, blah, 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 a lot of things. Sometimes it's stable market, but then suddenly we see the boom in it.
Sure. It's
No.
interesting. It's very interesting, isn't it? I'm in Charlotte, so we're seeing the same thing. You know, the prices shot up so much back in 21 and 22. They shot up like crazy. Yes, they're receding now. The supply is lean, but the affordability for so many people is challenged right now. And that's why you see the rentals taking off. We have new construction on rentals like crazy, and which is challenging. So one thing I've done early on is I'm always been more steered toward the high net worth. And so that's been a mission of mine, always looking at my net as an important component to my business. And I've evolved a lot over the past few years where I'm doing global outgoing referrals to high net worth individuals, because a lot of your high net worth, they don't just buy one house, they might buy two, three, even more. And they're looking in different countries, like Dubai is a very popular one when it comes to taxes. And Portugal's my favorite. So I do a lot over in Portugal. Let's talk about these meta glasses. I was in Portugal last month, June, and the founder of our company, he was up there and he was doing a presentation, and he started talking. He had these glasses on, And he said, I'm recording all of you. And I'm like, what is that? I need to know about it. Then he said, and I have this little lapel thing on, and he goes, I'm recording you all as well. And he was talking about how he put that into content for social media marketing. And I'm like, oh boy, I see this right off the bat. And so I'm in this conference actually, we were in Spain, and this woman's got her Meta glasses on. She's sitting right next to me, and she goes, translate, hey, Meta, translate, because the whole panel was speaking in Spanish. So
Mhm.
I'm just sitting there for that particular panel, and she's hearing the whole thing because it's going right in her ear. Amazing, right? And I said, well, I just have to have these because I like new technology toys. So tell me how you're using it.
I haven't used it for to translate. A lot of times, yes, to make some reels, to go online. I do it depending where I am. I use it a lot when I get a new listing. Instead
Mm,
of walking into the property and making notes, I just turn it on, walk in the property, and it's all recorded.
yeah,
So when I come back, I have the full video of the property, so I can make my notes and all that. When I'm
yeah.
doing inspections, I use it. I get a full video instead
Hey,
of
when you're doing the video while you're walking, can you talk so it hears?
yes, yes,
Oh, how cool is that?
it is. It is very cool.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
well, I just find it is such a time saver.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I was telling
Now,
you,
of course, all the technology that is coming up, most of it is time savers for us.
yes.
Most of it is just keeping up the speed.
Yes, it is. So it's making us more efficient, but I also
Yes,
find that it makes us think bigger. Don't you think?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And people are there's so many people that are afraid of it. I said, "Oh man, when you dive in and you really start working with it, it's mind-blowing how it'll take you to another level."
yes. I always tell my agents, don't fight the technology. Technology is not gonna take your job away, but if you're somebody who's fighting technology, you're gonna be out of job.
Yes.
Agents who are using technology, they're gonna take over the business. That's
Yeah,
what.
and it's just not for, I mean, it's not young kids necessarily that are all doing this. I'm
No.
75. I love this stuff. So,
Oh yeah, I have white hair too. I'm not that old, but I have white hair too.
but actually, it's so exciting to me. It's so
Yeah,
exciting.
it
Like
is.
these GPTs that are like condensed prompts are just amazing. And I was listening to one, and it was about creating your whole, not just your business plan, which I did just in prompts, but you can create a GPT that'll help you design it on a whole different level. And it teaches you how to make its own GPT. You don't have to
Yes,
know it. I
that's
keep
correct.
telling my students, if you don't know something, just say, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah,
It's great.
exactly.
Do you find many of the agents in your office there, are they using it?
Not all of them. Not all of them. A lot of people, they don't want change.
Hmm.
Even younger generation, you'll be surprised.
Really?
You talk to them about technology, they don't want to do it. They don't want to change. They're afraid of doing it.
Yeah.
Eh, eh, I guess it's a character thing. It's somebody who's wants to learn more, is eager to learn, will do it.
Hmm.
And yet, if somebody's comfortable in their comfort zone, they don't want to go out of their comfort zone. So you can't
Fear.
change it.
Fear, yeah.
That's what I've learned over the years. You can't
Hmm.
change people. They are who they are.
Well,
It's very hard to change them.
real estate's an interesting business, wouldn't you say, of the styles of personalities that succeed and don't succeed.
Of course, of
Yes.
course.
Yeah, it's just such an interesting business. Well, I suppose it's true in any business, but you especially see it in real estate where, that 80-20 rule scenario, and then within the 20, what percent's really the leaders, which I've seen. But I was not a good student in school. It was not something I ever wanted. But man, I've been a lifelong learner. And I'm excited about going after stuff like this, especially if it'll save time, make me unique, because being unique is part of the story, not the whole story. You got to be a good agent, you got to do your diligence and be good to your clients. But being unique is how you can also bring them in where they can relate to you, right?
That's correct.
Tell me some of your secrets in your business. How did you become such a top producer?
It's kind of the same thing. It's not rocket science. It's just pushing yourself to be out of your comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
and keep updating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we were doing 20 years ago, if we do it now, we're obsolete.
Yes.
So video came up, we started doing videos. Social media came up, we started doing social media. Keep educating yourself. That's the secret. If you don't stand out of the crowd and if you don't educate yourself, you're going to be obsolete, period. Nowadays, the client, they don't need us to find them properties. 20 years ago, they needed us because we had one book. Those days are gone. So they need our expertise. And when you meet with somebody and you have maybe maximum 60 seconds to improve, to prove yourself, especially with the new generation,
Yeah.
that you are valuable to them and
Mm-hmm.
what you're going to bring to the table, they're not going to work with you.
Right.
So if you don't keep educating yourself, if you're not updated on what's working, then again, as I mentioned, I keep saying obsolete, but yeah, you're not going to be able to be successful. Another thing that I can tell you is before the millennial generation used to Google before finding a realtor. So
Mm-hmm.
they will Google us. So if you Googled where to buy a property, how to buy, you know what they were seeing. The Gen Z is not Googling. Gen Z is ChatGPTing. So if you're a realtor, you better start ChatGPTing how to find a property so you'll know what your consumer is looking at. Where are they coming from? If you don't do that, if you're still Googling, you're outdated.
You're so outdated. Boy, I'm so glad you brought that up. So I did a post today in LinkedIn, and I stumbled onto the concept because I was playing around with ChatGPT asking for help on this and that. I said, "Oh, I was at a networking group, and one of the mortgage guys said, I got two deals this week from people who found me on chat." And I said, "What do you mean?" They searched for the top mortgage guy in this area and he popped up. And so I went to chat because I'm unique of how I do my business. I said, "Hey, if you were to search me based on how you know of what I'm doing, do I come up anywhere?" I go, "Nope." I go, I don't come up in ChatGPT. As hard as I've been working on ChatGPT, I said, "Oh my gosh, well, I got to fix that." And it said, "Would you like me to give you a whole breakdown?" I go, "Yes." So it gives me this whole breakdown. I said, "You know what? That was so great. I want to turn that into a LinkedIn article so that I can do it. And then I need a summary post because whenever you do an article, you need a summary post."
Of
And
course.
so it did it all for me. I said, I want strong SEO, I want a strong hook and all that. I posted that this morning. It's getting so much action. And then when I did that, it said, "Do you want me to create a list so we can do it for you personally?" I go, "Yes." So, and it just, I love it when it asks me questions. "Do you want me to help you with that?" "Yeah, I do. I need all the help I can get." I mean, I had pages and pages of its suggestions. I copied and pasted that into a Word doc and sent that off to my VA. I said,
Mm,
"Start working on me.
yeah.
Let's get it all fixed."
Yeah.
So that wasn't even on my radar till you
Yeah.
talked about that. How cool is that?
It is. It is. It is.
So if you're listening, follow me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So yeah, that's great. Because you are right. That's exactly where I don't use Google to search anything.
Yeah.
Um, I use AI for everything. And
Yeah.
I'm intrigued when I ask everyday citizens, other than salespeople, are they using it? And everyday citizens are really barely using it. And they're still not recognizing the importance of even using it for everyday stuff. It's powerful, right?
Yeah. But I don't know if you noticed, I said Gen Z,
Yeah.
which is the next generation coming up as buyers, the real
Mhm.
estate. And those are another difference with this generation. The millennial generation started their research in buying a property or investing in real estate online, but they ended up getting a referral from a family member on who to work with.
Mm,
But Gen Z is not like that. Gen Z
interesting.
is gonna go off of the AI to get the referral.
Interesting.
Gen Z is not gonna go to a relative and get a name
Huh.
who to work with.
Now, That's
How
so
to, because
interesting.
what Gen Z is doing is they're going on AI and saying, how should I choose my realtor to work with? So that's what I'm
Ooh,
saying. It's not only your name is coming up. You need to know what ChatGPT is telling the consumer on how to find the property, how to choose a realtor,
ooh,
because
of
ChatGPT
course.
is educating them.
Yes. Man, that's right, because that's exactly what I would ask.
Yep,
Not just who's the best.
yep.
How should I?
How
What
should
should I
I?
do? I need
Yep,
to understand the process.
yep.
I love
So
that.
if you don't know what those answers are, and when you meet with the client, you don't know what they're thinking. You
Yes.
don't know what ChatGPT told them.
Well, and I think that's going to evolve. Now, age group is that generation.
Gen Z,
I have
right
no idea.
after millennial, so
I have no idea.
I don't have the real numbers, but let me to tell you, hold on.
The funny part is I'm a boomer. That's all I know. I hear all these other ones and I'm like, I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. So you study the different age groups? Is that what you do?
Uh, I don't study it myself, but I follow a lot of, as I mentioned, I go to a lot of trainings.
Yeah.
And recently, I don't know if you know Inman.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I was at Inman and they were
Mm-hmm.
talking about these numbers and all that. So that's
Mm,
how I know. Gen Z that I told you is uh, from, of course, 13 is young, up to 28 years old.
mm.
So this is the new upcoming generation that we're gonna see in the market very soon.
Well, what's interesting about that particular generation is they're also the ones taking advantage of AI and making millions.
Yes,
So they are a high net worth target as
yes,
well.
that's right.
I was in Portugal on a car rally because I'm a car girl in Portugal, and there was a 22-year-old there who just impressed the daylights out of me. He's publicly traded, his businesses. He does cryptocurrency mining, which I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. You better explain that. It's basically just data transfers,
Yeah,
and he needs data centers, and he's got 7,000 of them around the world. 22 years old. He was a geek when he was 13 and he saw Bitcoin as an opportunity and he invested like crazy into it.
yeah.
Now, I'm like, I'm so impressed. So here's a 22-year-old who can buy multi-millionaire properties. So we don't want to dismiss that age group as like they're your first time home buyer because they're making millions with
Of course.
TikTok and all this stuff because they get it. They're
Yeah.
absorbing it really fast. So you're right. Wow. Yeah, I gotta start shifting my thinking on that too. Because I do a lot of global referrals, and
Yeah.
Dubai is a big one because of the no taxes, and of course, Portugal. And
That's
I do that so that I can write off my trips.
Of course. Makes sense.
So, are you working with a lot of high net worth people out in California?
That's a very relative term, not very high net worth. I would say average. But
Okay.
today, average California home is $2 million.
That's so interesting. I gave a referral to someone, and it was in Los Angeles, outside of Los Angeles. It was in a subdivision that the subdivision had water view of the ocean, right?
It's okay.
They didn't. It was a 1968 house ranch, never been updated, 1,500 square feet, and this was 3 years ago, and it sold for 1,700,000. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's really cheap. If
See?
you have, oh yeah, if it's in the next to the ocean, there's nothing like that. The minimum should be at least 4 million and up.
Oh my gosh. So the
If
guy
it's
that
next to
bought
the
it
water,
is
yeah.
really, yeah,
Next to the water, it's just on fire.
on fire. Well,
That doesn't matter.
that's how it is here too. If you're by the
Yeah.
water, you're always at a higher price.
Oh yeah.
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 Well, so how many people are in your office?
Right now I have 14 agents.
14.
Yeah. I guess I'm one of the brokers that only fires agents. So if you're not producing, I don't want to have you.
Well, they're an expense
Because
and a liability.
yeah, I do a lot of coaching. I do one-on-one mentorship. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason for somebody not to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And
Smart.
that's how I look at it. I don't want to say, oh, I have 100 agents, but only 10 of them produce. I don't want to do that.
No. I don't
No.
want to do that
No.
either.
And especially I am active on the field, so I'm not a broker who's just talks to the agents on what to do and they don't do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that's wrong, don't get me wrong, but that's not who I am. Who I am.
Right, right.
I am on the field. I like
Mhm.
to sell and buy and do everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Help people reach their goals and all that.
That's great.
And I do a lot of new construction.
Mm,
I help developers find land
mm.
to develop condos on it. And then when they finish the building, I sell all the condos one by
Oh,
one.
nice.
So I get a listing like that. And those are luxury condos.
Nice.
So I have right now about 36 condos coming up. I have another one, which is around 50 units coming up at the end of the year. So, and I get my team there and we sell them one by one.
Wow, that's
So,
impressive.
yeah,
So
that's
they're
it.
still building strong out by you.
Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah.
Wow. I didn't think there was
If we
any
find
land left.
land, if we
Huh?
find land, we will build.
I didn't
Definitely.
think there was any left out there.
No, there is. There is.
Hmm.
There is. Of course, there are houses on it or older buildings, so we'll tear it down and build new land and new
Hmm.
condos.
Hmm. Well, you got any words of wisdom as we close this out?
Stay out of your comfort zone. Life is beautiful outside of your comfort zone.
It
I
sure
keep
is.
saying that. Educate yourself and always push yourself to be out of comfort zone.
Hmm. I agree completely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate having you on here. And I look forward to having more conversations in the future. And hopefully we can refer some business to each other.
Sure, no problem, Gary.
All
Thank you
right.
for the opportunity. Nice talking to you.
Thank you. All right. Well, that was our guest today. And man, he had some great tidbits about AI. And I really encourage you to stay tuned for the next one. So thanks for joining me on this episode of Real Estate Riches. Wasn't that great? I'm sure you got a nugget or two. I know I did. So if you liked it, please subscribe below, share it with everybody, make some comments. We really find that invaluable. And if you're thinking that you would love to talk about this a little bit more, let's schedule a business strategy call. I'll have the link below. And let's see if we can't mastermind together and see if we can empower each other. That would be great. So until next time, signing off. Hope to see you on the next one.